what you're going through. All of my help comes from the Lord. You may think that you've been helping me. You may think that you've done something good and great. Just let me serve notice on you. All of my help comes from the Lord. You have given me a few nickels or a few dimes. You have encouraged me, but all of my help comes from the Lord. I should have lost my mind a long time ago, but God helped me when I couldn't keep myself. God had his arms around me. God led me. God led me. God brought me every step. Does anybody want some help today? Let me first of all take some of you where you are. See, it says the rich man's wealth is his strong city. You see, the problem oftentimes with the rich, those who have, is they make the mistake of thinking that their condition of habit means that they no longer need who they need. But I'm here to tell you, you need him every day. You need him morning, noon, and night. I'm here to tell you, you need him on the job, before you get to the job, and when you leave the job. I'm here to tell you, there's not a time you don't need the Lord. You need him to help hold your tongue. Sometimes you need God to restrain you. Sometimes you need God to give you Holy Ghost boldness. Sometimes we forget how good God's been to us, because we think that they're wealth becomes their strong city. Some folk think that they can buy the way out of anything, but I'm here to tell you that's your conceit. That's the trick of the devil, to make you think that your money really means something. Some folk think that their money can make other folk be quiet. Some folk think that if they can show you some money, that all of a sudden you'll follow them. And unfortunately, some of you have become so weak in who you are, you actually will follow a dollar down the street. Oh, all of my help comes from the Lord. If you really need, will you say it with me one time? All of my help comes from the Lord. Oh, you just made somebody upset because somebody thought that they could buy you or pay you off. Somebody thought that they could buy your friendship with their money. Somebody thought that they could buy your loyalty with their money. But I'm here to tell you that that's their strong city. But I know where my help comes from. I know who made a way out of no way from coming. I know who's keeping me, who's blessing me, who is holding me and sustaining me. But oftentimes, for the poor, and I don't want to go too far, but I'm making sure that you understand, because you see, not only the rich sometimes lord their wealth over the poor, but just because somebody tell you poor, does not mean that you got to act like you poor. You ain't got to go in debt to try to get what somebody else has, but you ain't got to walk around like you really are in poverty. You see, oftentimes many of us didn't even know we were growing up poor. It's because we had food on our table, we had clothes on our back, and we took care of what we had. And you see, little becomes much when you place it in the master's hand. So I want you to know, whether See, we are our own worst enemies. We let other folk tell us who we are. And then we make it worse by going around acting that way. Again, see, some of us, we got nerve to play games. We got nerve to have tricks going on. Get rich schemes. Well, I'm here to tell you, if it was really a good get-rich scheme, there'd been a whole lot of folk doing it before you did it. And then I'm telling you, just because somebody told you about it, if it was really that good, they wouldn't have told you about it. They'd have told all their family about it. Oh, I know I'm on some of your street. Let me help share with you about the tricks of the devil. You see, when you don't have, and understand that's how some folk get richer, is on the backs of those who don't have. And one of the new areas that are out here now that they have come up with is now they label all of our children. Now, I need you to hear that. Now, sometimes we go for the label because the label means that you get some extra money with that child. Oh, yeah. I got you. But other labels do not produce money. Like, I ain't talking about it. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Can I share with you? Will you promise me you won't get mad? I know I'm going to step on somebody's toes. And I don't even know whose toes they are, but I'm still going to step on them to help you. Now, there used to be a time, some labels you could not give to children because it was considered an adult label. Oh, I'm going there. But now, they diagnose children with such things as anger management issues. They diagnose children with such things as post-traumatic stress disorder. And the reason they do this is because they say the child needs help. And certainly we want to help the child. And the child may need some tools in order to conduct themselves in a proper way. But also don't misunderstand what they're doing. Because when they diagnose the child, that means now a counselor can be paid between $60 and $90 an hour to have a counseling session with your child. And so that means it does not benefit them to get your child well. It benefits them to continue to work with your child so that they can now themselves